Hi there, crafters. Christine here from Bugmore Creations. Today I'm not really doing anything scrappy or crafty. I guess you could call it crafty. I'm actually going to be doing some sewing. So for this project, what we're doing is we're making this cute little sash bag here, and it's to hold a bar of soap inside. Instead of using a loofah or something, I'm trying to go plastic free. So I thought this would be a really cute idea. It's great for Christmas, and put a little rope on there so you can hang it. I'll show you how this fits in there in a moment. So for this project, what you need is you can use a towel or you can use a cloth. I've already made the one out of the cloth. Any kind of terry towel or whatever towel you like using to clean yourself with. So this measures about 11 inches in the long ways, and then the short ways is about 4.5 inches. You can have it any length. Up to whatever size bar soap you want. You want it so when it sits in the middle, it'll fold all the way to one end and all the way to the other end, or at least most of the way to the other end. And you want to have at least 1 inch extra, so that's why I chose 11, because it's only going to be about a 9 inch, so you can fold it over either way in both directions, and about 1 inch on either side to fold up. We're going to be cutting off the excess, and this is about a 14-inch length of ribbon. We won't need all of that, but it's just so it can go around your wrist like that, so you don't lose your soap. Yeah, and of course, a pair of sharp scissors. So I'm gonna set my camera up somewhere where we can see how to do this step by step, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done is I've rolled this over once and then twice, so it makes a little bit less than an inch total, so about 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch to about a 2/3 inch. So we'll have that nice little tuck roll there, and we're just going to start sewing. So I hope you can all see this. I'll just move this in a little bit. So we'll just start sewing slowly, and then don't forget to backtrack it, and then go forward. I'm trying to sew as close to the bottom here as I can. Get about there, and then backtrack it. There. And I want to do that on both sides. So this is kind of what it'll look like now. So you want it sewn right across, straight as possible. So it looks really nice on the other side. You can't see it. So there's very little mess of anything on there, so it's just nice. And we'll do that on both sides. So I'm gonna get that done really quickly here. I'll just speed up the video. Alright. So I got that done. So that's what that side looks like now. Okay. So this is where you want to measure this piece here again. So you want to measure it, the soap in the middle, and kind of measure this piece up to there, and then this piece here to figure out exactly where your seam is going to be, and that's where that's going to be. So about part way. So be in the middle. I mean, it will shift when you wash, but just so you know, when you're sewing, that it just barely goes on it. So just barely, the two seams just barely overlap. So there's a little bit, so it's about 1 inch space, just like that. So we'll get that, and just before we sew this together, we'll make sure that it's backwards. So it'll be that way to there, that way to there. This will help a lot with that. This is where we want to take our ribbon here and sew the ribbon in first. I like to sew the one side up first, which is probably best. It's probably the easiest. So we're gonna actually sew the one side up first and get that out of the way. So I will get that sewn up. So you got the one side done, and now what I want to do is I want to flip it around. So there's about a 1/4 inch. I don't know if you see it's about a 1/4 inch between this sew point and the end. I'll flip it around. I like to keep my string still on there, and we'll put it down so it's another right in the middle between the sew line and the end. You want to have the next sew line right down the center. So we'll get that going. There, alright, so I got that. Lift that up. Pull that out. There we go. I'll just pull this back a little so we don't have to sit there and watch that anymore. So I've gotten the one side sewn up here. So what I've done is I have two sew lines. One on the inside right here, which is about a 1/4 inch between here and here, and then one right down the center again, which is again half that. You can cut this off if you want. This is actually pretty small, but I like to cut it off anyways just to make it, I guess, more comfortable. So there, get that cut off there. So I've got this little tiny little shred. There's that. And then this side here is where we want to sew in our little ribbon, our little catch here that we're going to be using to hold it on. So you want that at the top. So this is the big part here. Sorry, the big part here is the bottom. The top part here is the top. So short is top, long is bottom. You want to tuck this in. So these tails are facing out, and the bag part here is facing inwards. So you want to just tuck it in. It doesn't matter where you tuck it in as long as it's in there. And just kind of like that. And have that sticking out. And that's when we'll have that in there to sew up all at one time. So it'll be like right in the corner. You want to make sure that nothing else is going to get caught in there or it'll look really funny. So back it all out. There we go. And that's that. Cut your tails off. And we're actually done sewing now. So I got this all done. I'm going to zoom this out again and have it down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And that there. So now we have this with the tail. So we just want to cut the tail off along with it and cut everything off. So we have this nice little fashion. So it's pretty much even all the way around. So sorry that was off camera, didn't mean to. Oops. Here. 15. Okay, so we've got this all sewn together now. So to recap, you take an 11-inch in lengthwise in this way by 4.5 this way of whatever material you're going to use to be washing with. And then you roll in the edges, you roll them up and then roll it up again about a 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch, and then sew down so that it's all nice and pretty. And then you sew down the sides on one side and you double side it, or you can do zigzag stitch, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then on the other side you do the same thing, but first make sure you get your little ribbon or rope in there to have it sewn in there. And then we're just going to flip this inside out. Basically you want to check to see if this is even going to work, which it will. It'll always be a little bit baggy on either side, unless you want to make it really tight, which that would probably be a pain to try to get the soap out. So we're just going to flip it open. So just flip it like this. Just flip it open. Really simple. It's like flipping your socks right back in when you get them out of the dryer and they're the wrong way around. So just like that. And it's done. It's going to be bulky here. It's supposed to be because it's going to be on the other side. If you want to, if you can have it so this part's over. I prefer it on the inside, but that's all right. You got your rope. So, and then you just take your bar of soap, tuck it inside, just like that. Just push it in. Take this little inside piece and flip her over. There you go. Just like that. It's all hidden. It's in the bag. You got a little bit of wiggle room to lather up your soap in there, and there you are. You have this. It's all perfect. That fits around your wrist, so it's not going to fall off. You got your bar of soap. You can also use this to hang it. Make like 5 or 6 of these things for the week, and you got your good as gold. You always have one that's clean. Change it out every 1 or 2 washes, however you feel, and throw the wash in the wash machine at the end of the week, and then you got brand new ones to start next week with. Great idea for kids, great idea for holiday gifts. I'm giving a couple of these to my mom and some other people, so that's why I kind of went with matching colors. So anyways, I hope you like this project, and I hope you were able to follow along with my instructions. If you have any comments or questions, please just leave me a note below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks, guys. Have a happy, scrappy day. Bye!